Angie has made it easier than ever to connect with skilled professionals to get all your jobs projects done well. If you own a home, you know how much work it can take, whether it's everyday maintenance and repairs or making dream projects a reality. It can be hard just to know where to start, but now all you need to do is Angie that and find a skilled local pro who will deliver the quality and expertise you need. Angie has over 20 years of home service experience, and they've combined it with new tools to simplify the whole process. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app, answer a few questions, and Angie can handle the rest from start to finish, or help you compare quotes from multiple pros and connect instantly, which means you can take care of just about any home project in just a few taps. Because when it comes to getting the most out of your home, you can do this when you Angie that. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Freedom Food. I'm Jason Horton.
I'm Rebecca Lieb.
And this is Ghost Town.
In the 1930s, Benito Mussolini ruled Italy with a dictatorial fist, and in doing that, attempted a move that no fascist leader had ever dared, banning their country's most beloved food. As World War II loomed large, Mussolini decided that his citizens should sense his presence everywhere, even at their own dinner table. And so, pasta, yes, pasta, was officially banned. But no matter how hard Mussolini tried, the delicious carb endured, even becoming a symbol of revolution. Still today, Italians around the world celebrate the end of fascism on July 25th with a big old plate of anti-fascist pasta. What that even is and how we got here, today on a deliciously liberated episode of Ghost Town. In the 1930s, German-occupied and fascist-dominated Italy, food had been heavily rationed, and it was only getting worse. Basic ingredients like salt, flour, fresh vegetables, meat, butter, bread, pasta were not only restricted, but in big cities incredibly scarce. Italian fields weren't growing food at the time, instead being used for ricinus, I think I'm saying that correctly, a castor oil plant used to make jet fuel, which went directly to the Axis troops, as did most any grain, milk, or meat cultivated on Italian land. So that's where we're starting at. Self-sufficiency is a crucial tenet of fascism. This means that fascists believed that to achieve the highest form of nationalism, a country should have a closed economy, one that's completely dependent on its own resources, with little to no need to trade with other countries to survive. Coming into his own, Benito Mussolini was all about the idea of a supreme domestic economy, promoting the growth and consumption of local products only. Things like citrus, tomatoes, wine, olive oil, and the fascist great carbohydrate hope, rice. Rice was the government's answer to the public want for pasta and bread, which were made with flour brought in from Turkey. Rice was pure, rice was filling, rice was local, long cultivated in northern Italy, mostly farmed by women under, let's be honest, pretty horrible conditions. But the Italian government needed a new PR strategy, deterring citizens from eating so much pasta and embracing its new, less delicious counterpart, rice. So in 1925, Mussolini launched a campaign to, quote, free Italy from foreign trade influence, which, surprise, surprise, made things even worse. He encouraged citizens to eat rice instead of pasta, saying that rice was more energizing, virile, and brave. The Internazionale Rizzi, or National Rice Board, loved this, of course. Under the direction of the board, trucks were driven into the countryside to hand out sacks of free rice, along with rice brochures, basically Italian propaganda which encouraged simple and delicious ways to cook the grain. In 1932, a futurist writer, Filippo Tommaso Marinetti, also wrote a manifesto against pasta asciutta, an Italian word that literally means dry pasta, in the cookbook that he co-authored called La Cucina Futurista. Marinetti argued that eating pasta, partially because it's chewed instead of swallowed, causes people to feel slow and depressed. The book's foreword says, quote, this grand passion for pasta is an Italian weakness, and you have 100 reasons for crushing it to pieces. If you want to know more, Florentine writer Amico Davies has a wonderful Food 52 piece about Italian futurist cuisine, and a lot of the information used in this episode is from her equally wonderful Substack piece, Antifascist Pasta, A Recipe and a Story of Resistance. Both are linked in the episode notes. In any case, Marinetti made some completely unsubstantiated claims about pasta that were not only scientifically wrong, but quite frankly, rude. Here's a very vibey excerpt from his cookbook. Quote, "Any pastatudinist who honestly examines his conscience at the moment he ingurgitates his bicotidian pyramid of pasta will find within the gloomy satisfaction of stopping up a black hole. This voracious hole is an incurable sadness of his. He may delude himself, but nothing can fill it. Only a futurist meal can lift his spirits. And pasta is antivirile because a heavy, bloated stomach does not encourage physical enthusiasm for a woman, nor favor the possibility of possessing her at any time. In summation, pasta will depress you and is inherently not sexy. I disagree, and so did the Italian people, who were literally not buying what Marinetti was selling. According to Davies, quote, housewives from Puglia wrote a letter in protest to the Anti-Pasta Manifesto and the Duke of Bovino, mayor of Naples, who responded to Marinetti by saying, quote, the angels in heaven eat nothing but vermicelli al pomodoro. But the government didn't care what a couple Puglian housewives had to say. And, surprise, surprise, Marinetti and Mussolini were friends, the writer's thesis conveniently aligning with Mussolini's monocultural aims. Additionally, the average Italian had no fucking clue what to do with the recipes in the cookbook anyway. Recipes like pickled chili peppers with Parmesan, to the bizarre tuna fish with Japanese peanuts, to salami cooked in coffee and eau de cologne. The recipe sounded disgusting, and some ingredients were even harder to obtain than pasta itself. I'm looking at you, Japanese peanuts. Using if-then logic, if pasta was something that fascists hated, then you could say a love of pasta at this point in European history was intrinsically anti-fascist. But there is one pasta dish that is most anti-fascist of them all, the brainchild of the Servi family, simple farmers with an appetite, shall we say, for political upheaval. More after the break.
Angie has made it easier than ever to connect with skilled professionals to get all your jobs projects done well. If you own a home, you know how much work it can take, whether it's everyday maintenance and repairs or making dream projects a reality. It can be hard just to know where to start, but now all you need to do is Angie that and find a skilled local pro who will deliver the quality and expertise you need. Angie has over 20 years of home service experience, and they've combined it with new tools to simplify the whole process. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app, answer a few questions, and Angie can handle the rest from start to finish, or help you compare quotes from multiple pros and connect instantly, which means you can take care of just about any home project in just a few taps. Because when it comes to getting the most out of your home, you can do this when you Angie that. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Hi, hello. How are you? How are you doing?
Hello.
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going down?
Ooh.
What's the word on the street?
What's happening? What's the haps? Do people know? Okay.
The haps is with us is we want to say hello to anyone who's listening, supporting us, spreading the good word of Ghost Town. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And our government. You know, they were in the Italian food game.
Oh, were they?
That's where they come from, yeah.
Ooh, bellissima.
Yes. Ciao, Bella. Quick story. My sister got married in Rome, and we were there for like a week. I think my mother wanted to go to the one and only Hard Rock Cafe.
No.
We probably went at least 3 times in 6 days.
To the Hard Rock. Wait, what did she order there?
Probably a hamburger.
Oh,
so
my
that's
God.
my family.
Wow,
that's
that
us.
is... You guys should have been arrested.
Oh, well, you want to hear some legit Italian?
Oh, boy.
This is legit.
It's
old school, baby.
Great. Let's hear it.
Passed down generation to generation. The mayors. They had their hands in the pasta pot.
Yeah, the mayoras.
Ciao, Bella. Have you ever heard of the Old Spaghetti Factory?
Old Spaghetti Factory.
Which I've been to. I know I went to one in San Diego, like way back in the day. But they had some in L.A., I think, too.
Yeah.
Old Spaghetti
I've never
Factory.
been there.
Well,
And it's old.
and it's old, and it's a factory, which is...
I
mean,
love eating in factories.
There's nothing more American than a factory. That would be the former CEO, Ashley Madsen.
Ciao.
How about a little place that we all know and love? Because you get a little to-go thing every time you go. Maggiano's.
Maggiano's.
Been to Maggiano's, right?
I love Maggiano's.
Yeah, we should go.
Oh, absolutely. Those cookies. I had a friend that worked there, Jesse.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so we had a friend, and she would hook us up with even more pasta. We didn't need it.
Yeah.
Because you already get some to go.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need 14 cases of bad pasta to
But do you
go.
wish you had it now?
Hell yeah. Oh, those lemon cookies. Highly recommend the lemon cookies.
That would be the CEO, Kat Joselle.
Buongiorno.
Here's a classic, especially if you're in New York City, baby. You like New York City? You want a real New York City slice? You want to go to Sbarro's.
Sbarro's.
That's at probably an airport or at some corner of something next to a ESPN zone or something like that.
Sbarro's still does not have the technology to keep their pizza warm while it's waiting under that heater.
No, well, you could thank the very wealthy CEO, Kelly Meehan.
Grazie.
Now, I've never been to this one, but I would go there. I would walk through the doors immediately if it was in front of me.
Wouldn't
Pasta?
you?
Do you like being just mentally unsound? Then you want to go to Pasta Mania.
I've never heard of Pasta Mania.
I want to go so bad.
Pasta Mania.
Well, you want to figure out how that goes? You're going to want to talk to our mayor, Matthew Clemens LeRae.
Hello.
And here's one of my mother's also favorite. She loves this place. She goes absolutely wild. If she met our mayor, she would be starstruck.
Oh, my God.
And my wife hates this place. And my mom always asks about
This
this.
is a point of contention for your family.
Yeah. Fight. The women in my life fighting over me.
Oh.
I love it. I made a career out of turning people against each other. And I'm just like, what did I do? Baby just wants pasty. God, sorry about that. You're going to want to head over to a little place that my mother loves to call, my wife hates to call, Buca di Beppo.
Buca di Beppo.
Buca di Beppo.
Went to prom there.
Did you
Junior
really?
year. Hell yeah.
We want to all praise and all thanks to our mayor, Marissa Rothermel.
Ready, Joe.
And then our governor.
Ooh, the godmother.
Yes.
Godmother herself.
When you want real Italian. Real Italian, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, can you get off here? Real Italian. When you want to make an offer that she can and will refuse, by the way, if she
will.
feels like it.
Yeah.
You're going to want to sit down. Breadsticks, plenty. Salad, endless. The pasta, it's fine. It's fine. You're going to want to head over to Olive Garden. Yes, the main. You want to sit. You're not going to sit at the head of the table because that's where our governor's going to be. You're going to sit at a very long line and beg. You're going to beg.
The Olive Garden.
You're going to want to beg for something.
Anything.
Maybe the godmother.
Any morsel.
That would be our godmother governor,
Avian Noble.
If you want no ads, no chit-chat bonus episodes, just the good stuff, 7 days free, head over to patreon.com/ghosttownpod. Can I read a terrible review?
Absolutely.
So we need, if you haven't reviewed on Apple Podcasts or anywhere, it helps.
It really does. With my morale, but also our business of this.
We got a real baddie.
Yeah, let's hear
we got
it.
a real... Somebody really does not like us. And I'm about to go unhinged on this.
Love it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Self-absorbed rubbish, 1
True?
star.
Okay.
I wasn't mad at this point.
Yeah.
I was like, you're correct.
Yeah, okay.
Barking dogs, nails on a blackboard are suddenly appealing after listening to this nonsense. Not funny, not informative, self-absorbed, annoying. 2 vacuous idiots who have decided to become podcasters 6 years ago.
It chose us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this is also not a new thing. My advice to you would be to listen back to your content, suffer like the rest of us, in your face, because I do it every single week.
Yeah.
I do it every single week. You think I don't listen back to these? I am. I'm the one who's editing them. Podcasting is not for you. Back to, quote, barista school.
Classist.
That's what I'm saying. Like, first, you don't like dogs.
Yeah.
See, you're a dog hater.
Yeah.
You don't like education. And also people that work in the coffee industry that serve coffee.
That's like the lowest. That's an insult that you're like, oh, you trained to do this job.
Yeah,
that's
and
how
that's worse
much
than
I hate
being
you.
The barista are making more than us.
Baristas are kings compared to us.
Yes.
We look up to them.
Yes.
We are the lowest rung.
They're employed.
They have a trade.
And this person, when I tell you the name of this person, it's all going to fall into place for you.
Let's hear it.
Halloween Jack, 1974.
Oh, God.
So you know it's some old, bitter, and I guarantee you this, like, barking dogs, this is a plug and play for this person.
Yeah, for sure.
They find this, they're just like, barking dogs, I got Blackboard, barista schools, and they think they're there with they're probably wearing a little hat. They're wearing a fedora.
Yeah.
They're a fedora wearing person.
Absolutely.
This is in Great Britain, by the way.
Boy.
They're just kind of like, and not all these points are wrong. They never are.
No.
They never are. No. You just started this. Just go back to barista school. This is not for you. This is like 6 years and then branched out into other things.
Yeah.
You're way too late for that.
I'm sorry. And I do, like, sometimes I do wonder, because our podcast has gone through many different phases, etc.
We've gone through changes. The world has gone through phases.
Yes. So, like, you may, you look through episodes, maybe one hits you, one doesn't. I totally get that. Listen, we do this pretty much for free.
Yes.
And we write these. We do everything. We are a two-man band.
And we just pick things, and I'm like, this appeals to me this
yeah,
week.
Exactly.
And
if this were our scheme, we're idiots.
Yeah, we're not very good. It's not much of a scheme.
Yeah.
We just enjoy doing it, and for the people that listen, that enjoy it, it's just for them.
Yeah.
To listen to or not listen to.
Absolutely. And again, it's not some big grift, because we would be the least successful grifters.
Yeah.
It's our own a grift of our own time and money.
And to say that it's not funny, sure. Not informative, not true. Because I guarantee you, Halloween Jack. I guarantee you there's things that have been mentioned in this that you did not know about before. I guarantee
Pick one of the hundreds of episodes.
There's like 500 something episodes. I know you said there would be like, I already knew all this stuff. I already knew it.
Sure.
And doing a podcast is self-absorbed because you're talking and you're forcing your voice in people's ears. So by nature, content is self-absorbed.
Yeah.
We're self-deprecating about it, but it is that. There are no podcasts that are not self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Because the self is doing it.
Anyone who's putting anything into the world, there's a level of, like, ego, because it's you putting yourself out there.
I think this is interesting, and I'm going to talk about it with authority.
Yeah.
Or to the authority, whatever is claimed, and we think it should be listened to. So, yes, by definition, that's what it is. There's not another one that isn't self-absorbed. I know because you like it more, or you're a fan of it, or you worship it, you think that's not happening. But no, you're picking and choosing, and you're thinking, oh, here's something that I just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about it as if nothing else is like that.
Yeah, totally. I want to hear your favorite.
And as somebody who is a 1973, I know who the 1974 is. Just a bitter, washed up. Anyone who's looking down, if barista school is like the epitome of like
the worst
gotcha,
insult,
no,
Fuck
you don't
you.
have what it takes. You don't have what it takes.
You're
to
a dick.
Go, yeah,
like, insult us all you
and
want.
guess what? I was like, listen, I love England. We're both world traveled people. I'd say, I'd say pretty world traveled.
We enjoy
love the UK. Love my people in the UK. Love. Can't wait to go back. Have worked out there. Great. But guess what? We're in Los Angeles. Eat shit.
Oh,
listen, I'm just honoring what I've been called.
Yeah.
So yes. So I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna honor that.
Right.
I'm in Los Angeles. Eat shit.
Love it.
And you never hear me curse.
Ever,
but I say,
ever.
But I say,
you seem lighter than when you came into this episode recording.
I could not wait. Could not wait. This whole episode is really just I'm just laundering.
Yeah.
This me venting on this on this
person. No, it's good. Listen, I welcome a rebuttal.
Yeah.
Show me your hits.
Yeah.
Show me an insult that isn't classist.
Barking dogs. Sorry, you don't like dogs. You hate dogs.
Barking dogs.
Nails on a blackboard. Who's doing? Like,
I know.
That's not happening to
I know.
you. No one's doing that.
Exactly.
It's things that
Are you
don't
an
exist.
extra in like a Pink Floyd video?
That's
like,
what
come
I'm
on,
saying.
dude.
And go back to barista school. That's like it is very, very classist.
Yeah.
But, hey, listen, England is a class place, but America also has
we have our social structures.
We all have that, but also dunking on people that work in coffee shops.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not here, not on Ghost Town, baby.
We need every listener.
We celebrate
value
everyone who's in barista school and everyone who's working as barista, was a barista, has encountered a barista. We salute you.
We salute you.
In an American way.
Exactly. How does it feel having a skill set that's real?
Yeah.
Good, I bet.
Now, do you want to go back to pasta school?
Let's go into pasta school. So in Mussolini's Italy, pasta was out and rice was in. That is, that's what the fascists would want you to believe. But Italian farming brothers and business partners Genovefa and Alcide's 7 sons did not agree, as their town of Capgemini was miserable and starving, their best friends stuck in local prisons. But that would soon change. On July 25th, 1943, Benito Mussolini was voted out of power by his own Grand Council and immediately arrested upon leaving a meeting with King Vittorio Emanuele, who told Mussolini to finally give it up. He was done, and the war was lost. Uncharacteristically, Mussolini responded meekly, not pushing back or resisting his own incarceration. The Servi family didn't hear about the news of Mussolini's arrest right away. After all, they were hardworking farmers, and it was July, the high harvest time. But when they did, on July 27th, 1943, they were ecstatic and decided to celebrate with pasta. Finally, after 21 years, they were free. The Servi family hosted a giant party for the whole town of Capgemini, centered around 370 kilos, or 815 pounds, of pasta dressed in butter and Parmesan cheese, cooked with community help. This buttered pasta was a simple dish, but at the time, an absolute and rebellious luxury. First, the Servis collected flour rations that they'd been saving and brought the flour to the baker, Amedeo Rapace, an anti-fascist with a big pasta machine. Quote, "The boiling sounded like a symphony. I heard many conversations on the end of fascism, but the most beautiful speech was that of the pasta boiling," recalls Alcide Servi in 1955. The butter and cheese were then obtained on credit from the local caseificio, the dairy. Friends came down to help grate the cheese into a big pasta pot filled with butter, and brought the whole thing by horse-drawn carriage to the piazza to share with everyone. People came out of their homes with their own plates and forks and dug in. There was no rationing here. If you wanted seconds, thirds, fourths, you got it. The police eventually came in to disperse the huge group of people, as, since 1931, gatherings of more than 3 people were strictly forbidden by the government. But nobody really knew what to do now that Mussolini was not their leader. So Galindo Servi invited police to eat alongside the townspeople. Though a bit confused, they eventually accepted. The night of the 27th, the Servis and their small town rejoiced, enjoying a rare bowl of pasta together as a community, and henceforth Antifascist Pasta Day is celebrated on the 25th of July, the official date that marks the end of Italian fascism with the day of Mussolini's arrest. Instituto Alcide Servi, a museum and archive in the original Servi house, has a list of all the places in Italy that are offering anti-fascist pasta that day, offering being the important word. As for it to actually be considered anti-fascist pasta, it has to be free. There is no set recipe for anti-fascist pasta, but it is mostly expressed as pasta bianco, or white pasta, plain old penne with butter or olive oil and Parmesan. It's so simple, it's pretty much on every single children's menu in both Italy and the States. Unfortunately, the story of the Servi brothers did not have an entirely happy ending. The arrest of Mussolini was not, as many hoped, the end of the war. On September 8th, just 6 weeks later, it was announced that Italy would be fighting for the Allies, and Hitler's soldiers remaining in the country were ordered to double down on their terror and violence. Alcide and his sons, Galindo, Antinori, Aldo, Fernando, Agostino, Ovidio, and Ettore, all aged between 42 and 22 years, all but 2 the fathers of young children, were arrested at their homes on November 25th and taken to prison. A month later, the Servi sons were executed by firing squad to set an example for the town. While Alcide managed to escape, he didn't find out about the fate of his sons until he returned home. In 1955, he published a book called I miei sette figli, My 7 Sons, which became the classic Italian film The 7 Servi Brothers, directed by Gianni Puccini in 1968. So tomorrow, July 25th, I would enjoy some penne with friends, remember, don't charge them, and perhaps reflect on the enduring and courageous story of the Servi brothers and sons, a family brought together by both a love for their country and a bowl of delicious Italian pasta.
Angie has made it easier than ever to connect with skilled professionals to get all your jobs projects done well. If you own a home, you know how much work it can take, whether it's everyday maintenance and repairs or making dream projects a reality. It can be hard just to know where to start, but now all you need to do is Angie that and find a skilled local pro who will deliver the quality and expertise you need. Angie has over 20 years of home service experience, and they've combined it with new tools to simplify the whole process. Bring them your project online or with the Angie app, answer a few questions, and Angie can handle the rest from start to finish, or help you compare quotes from multiple pros and connect instantly, which means you can take care of just about any home project in just a few taps. Because when it comes to getting the most out of your home, you can do this when you Angie that. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.